Chair recognizes Senator on the 19th and then the 29th to close the debate.
Thank you, Mr. President. I was hoping that this bill wouldn't be back again this session. Unfortunately, I think Senator from the 5th had it right. It was a lot more about show than it is about substance. I'm also frustrated when people that have never hired anybody at all introduce legislation to, I think, put people in jeopardy. We've got a driver's license now that has enough language on it to distinguish that these people can't vote. Many of them already have this driver's license. They're not violating any laws, but now they have to have two documents, and if they pull the wrong one out, they may be guilty of, and show it to the wrong person, they may be guilty of a misdemeanor and be in trouble when they ordinarily wouldn't be. I guess this wouldn't mean so much to me, except I actually know some of these people. It's different when you know people. It's all right to talk about them as though they're nebulous. You know, they're just out there and they shouldn't be here. They're our neighbors, but I don't want them as my neighbor. I know these people. I've mentioned one named Abraham that works for me. Deferred action, he's the only child in his family that's not legal. He's the only child in his family that's not legal, and most of the rest of them work for me too, in my restaurant. Abraham has deferred action status, and he has a driver's license that has limited term on it. It's not like anybody else's driver's license that works for me. We know what that license means. He can't vote, etc. Abraham came to me as a dishwasher. He's worked 2 years for a dishwasher, did not miss a day, shows up every day, works hard, and then he got on the line where he actually is plating food. And then he got moved up to number 2 chef, and in my restaurant, number 2 chef is pretty good. We pay pretty good wage. He doesn't know I know all this about him, but I know the rest of his family they want him to be legal, but he's deferred action. That's just the way it is. Every restaurant in Georgia needs people to work. It is almost impossible to find good help. We just passed a $1 billion transportation bill. You know what the transportation community's biggest problem is? Labor. They work a lot of deferred action people that are now going to have to go get 2 other documents. Apparently, I can't even understand all of what the amendment does. I'm afraid of what some of it might do, but I do have a lot of the same concerns the senator from the 22nd had, that presenting the wrong document to the wrong person can be a misdemeanor when you're just trying to buy something at the store. Think about it. Why are we doing this? We're doing this because there's those in the hall that do not like brown people. Now, I wish that weren't so. But when the question came to the one who has all the answers and said, "Who is my neighbor?" Make it somebody that I don't have to like. The answer was not who they had to like. The answer was, let me show you how to be neighborly. And he used an illegal immigrant called a Samaritan half-breed to make his point that this is the guy that was being neighborly. Now, I'm just telling you, I'm not afraid of voting right. I don't care if it beats me or 10 people run against me. When a child comes here with their parent and their parent is the one who's done wrong and you want to blame them for it, you don't punish people for the sins of their parents. We have educated those people by federal law for the last 13 years. Abraham came here at 4 years old. He went all the way through school, but he can't go any further because he can't get state tuition. So he's made himself a very good employee, very quiet guy. Now we've got a law in place. We've got a driver's license that identifies these people as being non-citizens. That's good enough, unless you want to make the department create a whole new set of rules, jeopardize these folks even more, and give employers more difficulty in finding somebody that actually can drive to work without getting a ticket. I know it's election year. I wished it wasn't an election year, but it doesn't matter. Election years come often. I hope you'll vote this bill down. Thank you, Mr. President. I yield the will.